So, you recently got your hands on a Nintendo Switch and you don't want to fork out the $70 required to buy one of these Pro controllers. I do have a good alternative called the 8Bitdo Pro Bluetooth Gamepad. This gamepad will run you about $50. And if you guys remember the old classic days of the Super Nintendo, they do have the purplish style color. But if you're more into the Famicom style, they also have that style available. Now, the cool thing about this controller is that the layout is exactly like a PlayStation controller. So if you're used to running PlayStation controllers, fear not, the controls are basically running the same. Now, the one major drawback by the 8Bitdo Pro controller is the fact that there are no amiibo support for it. So you're still going to need your Joy-Cons, and you will still need a Pro controller for that or any other NFC compatible device. So that's the only setback for the 8Bitdo gamepad. If amiibos do work on this, that would be great, but I don't suspect the functionality to work. One of the funniest things about the 8Bitdo controller is the instruction manual. As you guys can see right here, there are like 7 or 8 different languages in this manual, and considering that this is in the United States, why do they have this? Now, one thing you'll want to do right away when you actually get your new device is go to support.8bitdo.com for additional support. What you'll want to do is hook up your controller to a PC and update the firmware. I believe it's 1.20 or 1.4, something like that, but just make sure you're running the latest firmware. It'll just ensure that you have the latest drivers. Now, to show you guys exactly how the 8Bitdo controller works, I'm going to be testing out on both the Nintendo Switch and on an Android phone, the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and you guys can see for yourselves how the game plays. Now, when you're pairing the Nintendo Switch to the controller, there are 3 different profiles: Android, PC, and the Switch. When you turn on your controller, you want to hold the start button and then the Y button, and that'll activate it. And on the bottom, you can also see that there is support for 4 players. There is Rumble as well. So let's go into Fire Emblem Warriors for about a minute, and we'll show you guys some gameplay from that. We're currently in Chapter 5 Normal. Now, one thing, obviously, if you're running the 8Bitdo Pro controller, your hands are probably going to be resting on part of the controller. So if you have big hands, you might not like this, but rest assured, it does work pretty well, and I foresee no problems with this. And the fact that it is flexible with Android and PC, you could make this your all-in-one controller. The battery life on this is roughly 16 hours off a full charge, and it'll take about 2 hours to fully charge.
You're right.
So that's not very bad at all. You could be on a break, plug your controller in, charge it, and it works pretty good. 16 hours is basically the minimum recommended amount, because there are some gamers that do play from 8 in the morning until midnight, and you want to get a full battery out of your device and be able to use it. So, Fire Emblem Warriors is a game I have been playing on stream a little bit. You might see a couple of YouTube videos. Now, let's just start the battles. Let's not worry about deploying, because this is a demonstration. And you can just see how crisp and clean everything feels. So I'm going to test the gameplay for about 2 minutes on Fire Emblem Warriors. It's currently 12:03. And at 12:05, we will test out Android.
That must be the dragon's table. Now, let's go stop Valadar's twisted ritual.
I've received a report.
The walls are impenetrable as long as the dark barrier.
Yeah, everything runs great on the 8Bitdo controller. The analog sticks are very clicky, very responsive. The directional pad works really good, so if you're playing games like Street Fighter and you don't like analog sticks, you can actually do that. I don't know how I made the map smaller. Oh, right arrow. I think the only time you want to use that is if you're trying to find a specific thing, or you're not a huge fan of the mini-map.
It seems we'll need to break through the gates to reach certain areas here.
Let's go.
So what I like about Fire Emblem Warriors is that there are a lot of RPG elements in the game, and there's a lot of upgrade paths. You can even advance your classes. Like I just upgraded this guy up to the second class, and he got more abilities.
Only be reached by Pegasus.
So basically, it's like a 7-hit.
Let's go.
here.
7-hit light attack and then a 6-hit heavy combo. Let's see if we can pull it off.
Stop the Gristone army! Don't let them reach Crom and Robin!
Yeah, this is some gameplay with the Nintendo Switch, and everything will run really good.
I've received a report. I've received a report.
This should finish you off! I'm on it!
And that's basically Fire Emblem Warriors in a nutshell.
I will continue to be diligent.
We got a level on Frederick to 14. So yeah, everything you want to play on this device is great. It even has the home button, and if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot right from the controller. Like I said, the only compromise on this controller is, to my knowledge, there is no amiibo support. But for a controller that's $50 and basically gives you the same functionality as a Pro controller, expect some compromise. However, the anti-compromise is that this controller here does work on a phone. So it does give you that advantage that I don't know if a Pro controller does. I'm pretty sure it is supported on a PC. But let's do a couple minutes of NBA Jam and show you guys some gameplay from that. Alright, so you can see NBA Jam is hooked up. Let's not drop our phone. Alright, so now to connect it to your Android device, you're going to push Start and B. So let's turn the controller off for a couple seconds. If you hold it for 3 seconds, it turns off. So then you do Start and B. And right away you can see it's already paired with both devices. So basically you can pair it with your PC, you can pair it with your phone, and you can basically pair it with everything. I'm obviously not using my Elgato Game Capture HD60 Pro, so there might be some breakups within the gameplay, there might be some flickering, but you can see it actually runs pretty well. And obviously this is running from Elgato, so like I said, there might be some flickering, but you can see all the controller movement is crisp. There is no slowdowns within the game. Right in it goes. Now, I don't know if the HDMI cable has it or if the MHL device that Samsung provides is not powerful enough. I found it when I used the Elgato Game Capture HD60 Pro. Let's try for a 3-pointer here. All the way dunk it from long range. Jennings. Let's shoot a 3-pointer, and that's obviously not going to go, but we're going to put it in, and it gets blocked. As you guys know, NBA is a definite classic. It's something that I wish they would put on the Nintendo Switch in some capacity. I'd like to see old school NBA Jam, but this one isn't bad. The real problem that NBA Jam usually suffers from is the rubber banding AI. It gets ridiculous after you get on there. So you can see I'm controlling with the 8Bitdo Pro controller, and we just got another steal. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if the audio and video is a little glitchy, it is because I don't have my connection optimized. Let's go for another dunk. Beautiful. So that's the 8Bitdo with the Android and the Nintendo Switch. And alright, so now for our third and final demonstration, we're going to be playing some Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition on Steam, and you guys can kind of get an idea of stuff that I actually have on my computer. Alright, one other thing I also want to talk about. So as you can see, the Pro Controller is paired up in the mouse, keyboard, and pen area. So we're going to remove the device, and I want to show you guys just exactly how you configure this. So what you want to do is when you turn your controller on, you'll want to use the Start and X to turn it on. So you do that. And then then you hold in the pairing mode, hit the pair button on the top. You'll select Add Bluetooth or Other Device. Select Bluetooth. And if you do it right, there's the input. Gear S3 obviously shows up because it is on there. So 8Bitdo SN30 Pro, and it might take a minute to show up. So that's what you connect to. And you basically follow the same steps on Android, except you use Start and B to hook that up. I want to pick up Tekken. And if you guys want to gift me some games, I would definitely love that. You can also inbox them to me. I do have a P.O. box set up in the description. So as this loads up, I do want to point out that for this demonstration, I am using the controller wired. To pair it on the Windows device, you will have to use Start and X to pair it. And on Mac, you have to use Start and A. So if you're running Steam on a Mac or PC on a Mac, Start and A will differentiate between Mac and Windows. So there you see Injustice Gods Among Us loading up. I probably should have let the thing go all the time, but I did want to talk about that. And all the pairing options for the Switch, Android, PC, and Mac will be available in the description of the video. So I'm going to mute my microphone while we do some Injustice gameplay so we don't have double feedback. And I will show you guys some gameplay.
Black Adam. Begin.
Games. Shazam!
Black Adam wins.
This will always be a world of dictators.
Alright, so once again, just to clarify, to give you some button shortcuts, for the Nintendo Switch, you'll want to use Start and Y when you turn on the controller. For Android, you want to use Start and B. For Microsoft Windows, you'll have to use Start and X. And for Mac OS, you use Start and A. There is another functionality called Turbo, which you can use by holding down the corresponding button. So, say the A button you want to use is Turbo. You hold the A button down, and then you press in the star button. Now your A button will act as a turbo button. You cannot use this functionality on the Nintendo Switch, but it does work on Android, PC, and Mac. So, if you like this video showing off the brand new 8Bitdo Pro Controller with some pretty cool specs, please give this video a like rating, comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other tech reviews, HollywoodShono, and real-life videos playlists, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono. And if you want to pick up one of these controllers, I will leave a link in the video description on Amazon. Have a wonderful day, kids. As you guys can see, the 8Bitdo SN30 Pro is connected, and there are support for up to 4 controllers. So if you're one of those people that do have a PC and want to have friends over, obviously the LED indicator is your best friend. As you pair the controllers up, it'll work. And the best part is it's Bluetooth 100%. You're not going to have to use an Xbox wireless adapter. You're not going to have to use DualShock 4 for the PlayStation 4. You can just play it as is wirelessly, and for $50 to be able to run on PC, Android, and the Nintendo Switch, unless you care about Amiibo support, which is actually not that hard to just re-log into the game and not use that controller, I highly recommend this controller. Once again, I will have the links in the description down below on Amazon. And if you guys like what you see, make sure you check out my playlist for tech reviews. Thank you very much.
Start www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!